Hello, welcome, come on in. So I thought that I was having some technical difficulties, but probably not. So just let me know if you can see me and let me know if you can hear me, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me turn off my phone. I think I should probably take off this bangle because it's making too much noise and distracting me. Yeah, so just let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. That's it. I want to make sure that it's all good. Um, and we're going to get started. Hi, Rose Quartz. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Dorothy. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, perfect. That's just what I want to know. Apparently, there's a little lag. So some of the YouTube updates have me feeling a little bad, like behind. I should say not bad, but really feeling behind. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. We're going to get into it. So I like once in a while I like to do a few live stream videos just to check in to see what's happening. Tap into the culture and give you sort of my feedback and my perspective about what's going on. And so today, this afternoon, I really want to share with you. I want you to know that great men are looking for you, right? But only if they can find you. That's the secret. If only they could find you. So we're going to go. It's 12:05 now. Hopefully I don't go lagging on and riff-raffing too much. But, I want to keep these live streams to about 20 minutes or so. If you have a question, put it in the chat box. I'm going to see if I can address it towards the end. I'm going to stay focused because I get thrown off really easily. But go ahead and put it in the chat box. Let us know, where you are tuning in from. So I see Alpharetta, Georgia. Wonderfully made. Welcome. I'm glad you're able to catch this live. Hi, Latoya. Hi, Eli. Hi, Gigi. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Y'all know I turned on this camera and I was like, Monique, you hitting today, girl. You got it. So it's important that we women find ways to hype ourselves up. But anywho, let's get to it, right? So I want you to know that there are great men who are looking for you. Even now, with the current state of times, we are in the pandemic at the time of this video, but there are still great men who are looking for you. And I believe, especially now, given the circumstances, given the global pandemic, that this sensation of wanting to be with an awesome woman, wanting to build a life with someone, wanting to establish memories, wanting to go through the valleys of life with the ups and the downs, like a pandemic, like someone passing away in the family, and being able to have someone there who has your back, have a shoulder to cry on, have someone to caress you, have someone to hold you. You women are feeling this too, and I believe that men are also feeling the same way. So as I mentioned before, like this season, this pandemic has really heightened the trajectory that we are already on. And so for some people, it's created a shift in terms of what they want, what they believe they can have, and what they're going to start preparing for going forward. Okay. So here's what I know, right? I know that you want to be found, right? You are a career woman, you are well-rounded, you're balanced, you like to travel, and your life is pretty good. You have everything going for yourself except dates with quality men that you like and who like you too. I wrote a few notes down so I don't miss anything. But one of the things that I know, especially being, sometimes I come on YouTube, I'll do a live stream and I come off, right? And I know that you have been trying different things. There are a plethora of femininity videos here on YouTube, but to be honest with you, from the feedback that I've been getting is that watching these videos, you feel even more insecure, I should say. You feel even more jaded about what's available to you. And sometimes you feel like it's really approaching this sort of basic level of femininity, like an introduction to femininity versus thought leadership level about what it's really going to take to keep you to grow with you and keep you on this path, keep you on the trajectory as you up level in your own feminine journey, so that ultimately you can feel confident in the type of man that, attracting the man that you want, and really believing that this is possible for you. And so one of the things that I've just been thinking about is just the rules, right? The rules that you grew up with, the rules that you've been told, the rules that you keep in your mind that are way implanted in your subconscious that really are imbued within you. And so, um, and so sometimes you feel ashamed that you have to get help with this. You feel ashamed, and maybe even you're Googling like how to be more feminine, or how to be found, how to attract a man, how to do all these things. And that's how, if this is your first time watching me and coming across this in terms of, if you're watching the recording, that's how maybe you stumble across me. And you feel shame because you're too smart, right? You're too results oriented, you're too accomplished, you're too mature, and you believe that this is something that should just happen by now. And you begin to question yourself. So when it starts to happen, when it doesn't happen, you begin to question yourself. And you're like, is there something wrong with me? Am I not exotic enough? Am I not beautiful enough? Am I not enough? I don't have what it takes to compete. And all of those thoughts begin to take root and keep you small, keep you shrinking, keep you on the lower value side. They keep you with the low quality pursuits. And so it keeps you questioning and wondering, is love possible for me? Can this really happen for me? And here's why this happens. Part of it comes from, past hurts and rejections and fears and stories and unwanted beliefs. But even so, in the present, when you tell yourself that you're ready, you're like, yeah, Monique, I'm ready. I see you. I'm sending out the emails and you emailing me back with your long stories. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. But then, when I'm saying, well, okay, well, let's do this. Let's get on the phone and see how I can help you. It's like, I ain't that ready. I didn't know you was going to invite me to a conversation. I didn't know you were going to invite me to the program. The reason why you're feeling stuck and the reason why you are not allowing men to find you, right? And the reason why you are operating under these old rules, and old rules could be something like, well, I don't have to put in the work because I'm a woman and men are just supposed to find me. That's an old rule. That's an old way of thinking. It's not the man's responsibility to find you. It is his responsibility to pursue you. But just like marketing principles, just like business, it is up to me to put myself out there. It is up to me to be so, omnipresent that you can't help but to find me. It's up to me to say, when you type in, to make sure I'm doing my SEO, my search engine optimization, that when you type in whatever you're typing in, that, hey, I'm coming in first. When you're typing in Feminine Allure, Monique Head is popping up. Okay? And then it's up to you to say, and it's my job to have the marketing, to have the words, to speak your language that says, this woman is really speaking to me, right? I'm curious. She has sparked my curiosity. She has piqued my interest. Let me go further, okay? And I can only bring you so forth. What do they say? You can only take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. It's going to be up to you. And you have to stop with this. The thing that's stopping you is this opposing emotion of really fear. Right? You want it, but you don't want it. You see me do this before. You want it, but you don't. It's like, look at me, don't look at me. I want to be seen, but don't look at me too much. I don't want to be exposed. I don't really want you to really know who I am and the things that I've been through and how broken I am and how hurt I am and how I don't have this and I don't have that. But the truth is that number one, is that you can, no matter where you are in life, no matter where you are in your journey, you can attract a man that you want. You can have a quality relationship. You can create beautiful memories. You can feel loved. You can feel cared for. You can be seen. You can feel confident that this is for you, even though it hasn't happened before, even though, you don't know what it looks like, even though whatever it is, and go ahead and fill in the blank. You can have this, but you have to do the work. Okay. You got to do the work. And the work is not just the appearance of femininity, right? Not just the appearance of femininity, not just the hair and the skin and the nails and the look and all those things. Walking with a beautiful gait and learning how to wear heels. All of that is great, and I feel like those things really empower us women. I'm so for it. Look the part, be the part, feel the part. but it's also the feminine way of being. It's your feminine allure. And more specifically, it's about doing the work of the feminine behaviors, right? What are you going to do when you're confronted with a situation that you feel triggered? So it's about doing the work to be seen. It's about doing the work to be vulnerable. It's about doing the work to be attractive and have those attractive behaviors. And I know for me, I thought that I was being seen. Right? I could think about my own experiences of, okay, I want to, like, look at me, of course. Like, I know that I'm beautiful. I believe that. Right? But at the same time, okay, this beauty facade can only, like, last for so long. What happens? My fear was, what happens when this man really gets to know me? Right? Yeah, I look like I got it all together. And for the most part, I do. But there's still some parts that Monique has to improve, that Monique is working on. My fear was that if you see those parts, if a man sees those parts of me, he's going to be like, oh, snap, I was duped. She ain't really all that. Right? So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, go ahead and put it in the chat box. Yeah. When I allow myself to go down that road, right, it turned into blame. It turned into all the relationships of things that men have said that I'm like, wait a minute, is this true? That might be true. And then I start to believe that and maybe adopt that belief about myself versus creating my own story and my own perspective about what was true for me and how I can move forward. And am I willing to put in the work? That's the truth. Like sure, someone can love me, but am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to change? Am I willing to be, like, feel so exposed to the point where it is moving me on the trajectory that I'm supposed to be on, moving me on the path that I'm supposed to be on? And that was a part of my challenge. I think about, this is just one of the ways in which I do work with my clients, and I do work with women in my program, my relationship readiness program. Because, like I said, you have to be, for anything that you want in life, but specifically, let's talk about love. Let's talk about men. Let's talk about marriage. Let's talk about long-term relationship and companionship. Let's talk about long-term being seen, right, and caring. You have to be ready for what you want. Like, you have to be ready for the man that you want. You have to feel capable. You have to feel confident. You have to feel prepared in your capacity. Well before he crosses your path. Well before he crosses your path. Well before he crosses your path. Because if not, you just won't feel qualified. You won't feel confident. You won't believe that it's possible for you, and you'll think that it's a fluke. So this is what relationship readiness is all about, and it's really about creating new rules. No more that old school guidebook, that programming that you've been operating under. No more about that. No more about black women can't have this and black women are this and that. Leave that alone. That's not your story. Don't get me wrong. That's some people's story. Don't allow it to be yours. Okay. What are you believing for? Whose report will you believe? So I'm reminded of where do I want to take this right now? So I'm reminded of one of my clients who, before working with me, she lacked confidence, right? And she lacked confidence so much that it was keeping her attached to a situationship that she was in for 4 to 5 years, maybe even longer than that. But she was so attached to that because she wasn't certain, she wasn't confident enough of whether she could attract, someone else. And just through our work together, I introduced her to the Feminine Allure formula. We worked through it in the Attract the Man You Want program, which I'm going to tell you more about. Um, but through that program, she wanted to feel more confident in herself, and that's what happened. Her confidence increased. Excuse me. Her perspective on dating, her perspective on men increased, and the way that it increased and what she shared with me was like, Monique, hey, listen, there was this guy, and I guess in her apartment building, and they had a conversation, and she was able to look him in the eye and actually converse. And so when she got in her car, like, when the conversation ended, she got in her car and she was like, okay, girl, you're doing this thing. Okay. So you can't go like, okay, you can't go from I haven't been dating and I have this perspective on men to now I got a man. No, you have to take steps. Like, what is success going to look like for you when you actually attract the man you want? What is success going to look like for you when you are operating in your feminine allure? Okay. These are the things that I get clear on when I work with members in the program, so that I know what success looks like. And for her, it looks like increased confidence. You'll know that you become more confident by by your decision making. So instead of shying away and be like, never mind, I'm walking. I don't want him to see me. My hair ain't right. Or feeling like when that vibration, like when that high sensation comes up, and you're like, you just can't like hold it in the moment. Being able to just hold that. Like, there are different practices that I teach. There are different feminine allure practices that you can learn that will help you along the way. To be grounded, to be steady, to be confident, to be at ease, to feel empowered, to embody femininity, right? It's about really feeling proud about how you show up in the moment. That's what it's about. It's about really feeling proud of how you show up in the moment. And if this is something that sounds good to you, if this is something that you really want to be on, meaning you want to feel proud in the moment, you want to have increased confidence, knowing that your decision making is different, how you interact with men in that moment when your head is like, go for it, 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 and you're like, oh, no, 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 and then feeling bad about yourself when the situation passes because you weren't able to grasp that moment, you weren't able to capitalize on that moment, you weren't able to seize the moment. That's what this is about. Because guess what? Great men would love to meet you if only they could find you. You have to do the work to be seen, to be visible, and to be ready. So that when you do meet him, you feel prepared, you feel equipped, you feel capable, and you believe in yourself, and you're showing up like a woman that you are proud of. Okay? So I want to let you know about my 12-week relationship readiness program. It's called Attract the Man You Want, and it is just that. It's all about helping you feel ready, confident, capable for the man that you want well before he crosses your path, but also really stepping into the art of being yourself. That's what Feminine Allure is. It's really the art of being yourself. We're taking this up a level because this is about really learning how to manifest God in the feminine form. I'm going to give you spiritual strategies, action strategies, and romantic strategies. So spiritual and romantic strategies, so that ultimately you feel confident on your journey. You feel confident enough to believe that this is possible for you. You are creating a new playbook for yourself, a new rule book, a new guidebook, all in the way that I have systematized and organized and structured it to make it easy for you and make it fun. Like, take the pressure off. It's fun. Okay? Take the pressure off. So one of the ways that you can get more information about that is that you can look in the description box below this video and click on that link and then book a call, right? The consultation fee is $47. And that helps me because as a mom of 2 young girls, I need to make sure that I'm speaking to women who are really serious about this. This is not a free coaching call. What it is an opportunity to see what your challenges are, to see how I can help you, like understanding a high level what's missing, what it's going to take for you to move forward, to really feel successful in your love life and really feel confident and feel prepared, right? So if you decide, should you decide that you do want to move forward with Attract the Man You Want, you do want to move forward with this 12-week relationship readiness program, then that $47, which is very nominal, is going to be credited to your account. If not, you just get a refund, and maybe next year, maybe it'll be your time next year. Okay, so I want to invite you right now to go ahead and check that out. And I want to check out some of these questions or see what's in the chat box and see how I can help. Everybody's from everywhere. DR, Zambia, Alabama, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hey. Yeah, I clean yards all day. Feminine is a challenge, right? You have to be intentional about that, right? You got to be able to make that energetic pivot from boss babe, working woman to bombshell. Right. So yeah, I mean, it can be difficult to meet and greet, but everybody's doing virtual right now. So easy said, everybody's doing virtual right now, right? All I'm saying is be ready. People still got to go to the grocery store. People still got to get gas. People still got to get food. Some people are going to church. Some people are still going into the office and going to work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So, okay, so here's something from Wonderfully Made. I have men who show interest. I've done the inner work and stay open and feminine, but they don't stay consistent in their pursuit, e.g., planning dates or communicating consistently. Why is that? I mean, there's several reasons. Number one, he may not be interested. Number two, maybe you taking over. I mean, that's really it. Either he isn't interested. Maybe you're not sending the signal that says, "Hey, let's keep this going." Um, but you want to get clear. Like, do you want someone who is consistent? He's probably not your guy. I feel like I attracted the man I truly want and desire, and now I want to figure out how to keep the relationship going. Yeah, that's another level, right? Attracting a man is one thing. Being able to keep the man is something else, because ultimately this is about taking your, like, up leveling yourself. I had this one woman share with me. She was like, "Monique, when you get married, you got to take yourself up a notch." And that was my thing, because I let myself go in marriage. I think that there's some scientific evidence that supports that says, when women, something to this extent, when women have found, like, their man, their right one, there's a sense of, like, release and relief that happens, right? And it comes in the form of, maybe, let's say, weight gain, right? It's because she's not on the prowl, like, making herself available, really looking around, in the street. So for some men, if men, you're watching this, I want you to say that could be a good thing to work in your favor, knowing that, your woman is loyal and she's into you. She feels like she's got something good. Um, Yeah. So really quick, Eli, I would just say start with yourself, doing things that make you feel good, focusing on your own pleasure every day, so that ultimately you can be happy, you can be healthy, and the man that you're with can, have a happy woman and make her happier. So the classes have begun already. So we have class on, so thank you for asking that. We meet on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. Last week was orientation. This week we just get into the content. So there's 12 weeks. Enrollment is going to close in 2 weeks. So you do have some time, but I want to encourage you, instead of asking, like, well, when is enrollment going to end? Because that's not your question, but I just want to say this because I know people are going to be asking. Think about, like, ask yourself the quality question. What is it going to take for me to enroll and get started with this program, right? So this group is a very small, savvy group of women who are on the trajectory, who are results oriented, okay, who are looking to um, identify, like, feel really successful, let go of those unwanted beliefs, release those fear patterns, start really showing up as a high value queen in their life, and track their man. So what's your advice for a woman in her 40s who has lost her confidence? Yeah, so you got to find ways to restore it, right? So, not number one, don't focus on why you're not confident. Focus on what is it going to take to get it back, right? Who do you want to be at this moment? Because 40, let me tell you, I'm 2 years from 40. Okay, so my story is not about to finish. I'm about to take this up to another game, to another level. That's what my intention is. So, number one, feel good, like, believe in yourself, believe it, but, like, see what's next. I think the first place to start is really with the vision. The vision of who you can become, who you are becoming. What is something next that you can step into that's going to turn you on? You got to be turned on by yourself and by life. I believe it starts there. I would also share with you the same thing that I shared with the other, I don't know if it was Eli or Wonderfully Made, but focus on your own pleasure daily. Do something that's going to make you feel good, right? Something that you can commit to, something that doesn't take a lot of time or money, something that, you feel alive, you feel more like a feminine woman. Focus on focus on yourself in that way. And some of you might say, well, I that can be really hard. You might feel guilty, but it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to take a lot of money. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like, pour into yourself. Find ways to pour into yourself. And I would also say, Kay, to be honest with you, Sacred Beauty Circle is something that you might want to consider going forward next time, because that's exactly what it's about. How to restore your confidence, that sort of childlike confidence that you've had that maybe you feel like you've lost. That's really important. And also, I would say, get around some girlfriends. Last night I hung out with some girlfriends. It was just four of us. We had our Friendsgiving. And it was just so good. Of course, we were socially distancing, when we were after food we ate. But it just feels so good to be around some girlfriends, to share stories, to laugh. It feels like my spirit is replenished. I feel good. What are some ways to encourage commitment in a long distance relationship? Well, I would say that you want to make sure that you understand your boundaries. So encourage commitment. Do I hear like faithfulness, or do I hear encourage like a, being in a relationship, being in a committed, titled relationship? Um, because if it's encouraging like faithfulness, then how do I encourage faithfulness? That's not even something I really consider. You know, if it's that, like, ask me like clarify your questions, please, Miss Jones. I'm curious about that. But if it's about, inspiring and encouraging commitment in terms of I want to be with you, let's make this happen, let's go forth, then it's just about, again, the art of really being yourself. It's about finding ways to make yourself happy. It's about learning how to speak to a man in a way that he can hear you. It's about, sharing expressing what you want in a way that feels empowered and calm. It's about finding ways that you can feel turned on, so that ultimately you're showing up as like vibrant and lively and yourself. It's about taking the pressure off. Right? And having a sense of mystique about yourself too. Having a sense of mystique. One of the things that one of the ladies said yesterday, because her man passed away unfortunately last year, and on his deathbed, I guess, one of the things that she shared was that, he told her, don't be so available. And availability, and what else did we talk about? Oh, so nice. Don't be so nice, don't be so available. And I'm sharing that because you gotta give yourself permission to be a savage. Yeah, it's okay to be ruthless sometimes. Because that is the part of the thing that kind of creates a little emotional tension. That's a skill set. Okay, that is something that I teach in the Feminine Allure Academy. That is a part of the Feminine Allure formula, which ultimately is about conquering that inner game. But hopefully that helps. Okay, so all right, it's 12:31. I've gone a little bit over. So just to sum it all up, number one, know that men are out there looking for you. They want a woman. It's just about they got to find you where you at. Right? So live your life in this moment, right? And live your life and look good while doing it. I'm not encouraging you to be irresponsible. Be accountable, be responsible, practice safe, social distancing, but live your life and just look good while you're doing it. Find things that you enjoy. Go back to, think about, I want to encourage you to do this for those of you, because I'm seeing this theme of, okay, what is it going to take to restore confidence? Number one, it's going to take strategy. Number two, is going to take accountability, and it's going to take community. But if you don't want those things right now, find those things that you used to like to do when you were a little girl, when you were in your early 20s, when in the moment in your life that you felt confident. Tap into those things. Rejuvenate that part of yourself. But also it's gonna take the work of being seen, being vulnerable, and practicing behaviors that increase your attractiveness. Okay, those are the key skills that we're gonna work through, that I'm gonna share and give assignments to implement in Attract the Man You Want, which is a 12-week relationship readiness program. Okay, so I want you to do one thing. If you know of a woman who could really benefit from this, I'm also going to go live tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 noon Central. But if you know someone who could really benefit from this live, just go ahead and share this video. I would really appreciate it. And when you share, you add value. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I will see you here again tomorrow. Let a friend know, bring her along, and take care, and God bless. Bye.